This is Retiring Today. I'm here with Loren Merkle and AnnaMarie Morrow, and we're kind of sort of playing detective, sort of channeling our inner Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson, trying to bust some Social Security myths and misconceptions. So let's get right to it, because AnnaMarie, you were on a 15-minute retirement checkup call the other day, and you just heard this misconception, and here it is, that your benefit is based on wages earned before the age 65.
Yeah, we had this phone call come in, and she was wondering, they were getting ready to elect their Social Security, and they were working long past age 65. So they get online, they check their benefit, and it's significantly more than what they anticipated. I mean, they weren't mad about it,
it's great
but
news,
it's
yeah.
like, what's happening? Bank error in my favor? What's going on? Well, their misconception was that it was just based on earnings up until age 65. That's it. Well, that's not the case. If you continue to work beyond the age of 65, what happens, Social Security just picks your 35 highest earning years, and that can go beyond age 65, and they put that together to calculate your benefit. It's not 35 consecutive years, it's the highest, even if you work until age 72.
Is there ever a time where maybe people took a few years out of the workforce, you look at that and they have maybe 34 years, and so you talk about, again, as you're looking at all of these options and strategies, maybe working one more year to increase that Social Security?
Yeah, and that's part of the evaluation that we make on an individual basis, because it's not uncommon for people to not work consecutively for 35 years. For a lot of stay-at-home moms, my mom stayed at home for many years while the four of us were growing up, and then she got into the workforce. And so what they do is, it's still the top 35 wage earning years, but if you only have earned wages for, let's call it 25, that means you have 10 zeros. So if you continue to work an extra year, 2, 3, 4, then that will increase what you're going to receive from a Social Security benefit standpoint. And part of our evaluation is to say, what if? What if you only have 7 zeros instead of 10? What if you have zeros instead of 1? How does that impact your Social Security? And based on that information, then you can accurately evaluate, is it worth it? Is it worth it for you to work a couple more years, increase your Social Security, or does it not make that big of a difference for you and you'd rather have a few extra years earlier in retirement?
All right, good work, detectives. Our next myth we need to investigate is, I have to start claiming Social Security benefits at age 62.
Busted. It's as easy as that, right?
Yeah, done.
You say elementary, my dear Watson.
Yeah, well, that's my big line. Just wait, I'm waiting for you to say something really smart, though,
really
so
smart.
That's got to happen first.
Busted didn't cover it?
No, busted was not I'm waiting on my big line, so say something smart.
You are first eligible to take your Social Security benefits at age 62. That does not mean you're mandated to take Social Security benefits at age 62. You can actually elect them anywhere between age 62 all the way up until age 70. And in fact, for many of you, because you're still working and making over the earned income limit, which is somewhere around $19,000 a year right now, it means you would not want to take your Social Security benefits, because then you would lose $1 for every $2 you make over the earned income limit.
And something to bring up as we're talking about the earnings limit, this is something we see a lot, is people have elected their Social Security benefit, and then they do decide to go back to work for whatever reason before they hit full retirement age. And then we get these phone calls of, oh, my benefit's dropping, what do I do? Not a lot of people know that once you hit your full retirement age, your benefit will actually increase, so you can recoup the money that was deducted during your earnings years. So they just take that into effect, see that increase, you will recoup that money back.
Okay, she sounded really smart there, so here it is. Elementary, my dear Watson. Let's look at another myth we've got here. If you elect Social Security, you have to elect Medicare. You are the Medicare director here at Merkle Retirement Planning. You are on this myth and you're ready to break it down.
No.
Good, that was a good start. No, you don't have to.
Yeah, there's a lot of fine print. If you do elect your Social Security before the age of 65, they will automatically enroll you in Medicare when you turn 65. They're making the assumption that you're retired, no longer working, so you need health coverage. But if you elect a Social Security benefit at age 65, but you're gonna still work, then you do not have to elect Medicare at the same time. They can work independently of one another. You can elect Medicare at age 65 and elect Social Security, your Social Security benefit, later on also.
Okay, let's keep investigating this Medicare thing, because this brings me to another mystery that we need to solve. And it's the mystery of Social Security and Medicare. And here's the misconception, that if my Social Security benefit increases, the Medicare premium will increase.
Oh, didn't we see that in 2022, right? In the end of 2021, we hear about this large COLA increase, and then we had the largest increase to the Medicare Part B
Yeah,
premium.
it was disheartening because cost of living was going up, so people got some more Social Security. Helpful in some ways, and then Medicare premiums, boom.
Boom, yeah, so it makes sense, right? Well, then what happened? At the end of 22, we get news about another large COLA, and so again, here comes my Medicare premium shooting through the roof. Well, actually what happens, they again work independently of one another. So in 2021, there was this new Alzheimer's drug introduced. Medicare Part B covers medications given within a hospital or clinic. And this new medication was deemed to be very expensive, covered under Part B. So that's why we saw that huge increase. And then during the year of 2022, it turned out that medication was not as expensive as anticipated. So that's why we saw that $5 decrease to the Medicare Part B premium heading into 2023, even though the COLA shot through the roof. So there are different factors that go into that Medicare Part B premium separate from the Social Security COLA.
When they announced the 2023, what people are going to receive from an increase from 2023 in their Social Security, we're happy, right? 8.7, we haven't seen that since the 80s. And then we announced it to the families that we're working with, and they're like, well, wait a minute. So wait till the Medicare increase comes into play. So, I mean, $5 reduction on Medicare premiums isn't going to change the world for a lot of people, but it's something, and at least it didn't increase, especially after the big increase that we saw in 2022.
And what's interesting about this conversation too is you're the Medicare director, you're a retirement planner, you work together too. I know you guys have a lot of conversations about Social Security and Medicare, but the other conversations you're having and you're exchanging is when you're talking about building plans for families is let's look at their taxable situation. Let's also look at what their legacy plan is. And we talk about how you shouldn't make the Social Security decision kind of in one lane. You have to look at all of the lanes around you. And that's kind of a hard concept to
It's hard,
understand.
and I think we're conditioned to think about Social Security by itself because all the articles that you read are always talking about only your Social Security, take it early or delay. Whereas really, what influences your Social Security decision is all of the other factors of what are you going to do from a tax planning standpoint, what other income sources do you have coming in, should you delay, should you take early, your life expectancy, family history, all of this stuff goes into whether or not you should take your benefits early or later or what combination strategy you should use. But it's tempting because that's, I think, how we've been conditioned, but there's so much more that goes into it. And I think we would do ourselves a better service by taking into consideration everything. And you're going to feel a lot better knowing that you've made the most out of your Social Security benefit based on all the other factors involved in your plan. Thank you for watching this clip of Retiring Today, and don't forget to subscribe. If you have questions about your retirement plan, take advantage of the complimentary 15-minute retirement checkup phone call.